This is Southern Cross News with Rachel Williams.
Good evening. A man has been charged over a siege that blocked off a suburban street last night. Police say he had a firearm and was threatening officers. Our reporter Michael Breen has more.
A 40-year-old Chigwell man will appear in an out-of-hours session here at the Hobart Magistrates Court tonight. He's been charged over a siege at Tatonga Street in Chigwell last night. Police say they were called to a home at 6 o'clock in relation to a family violence incident. It's alleged a man with a gun threatened officers and himself. The incident was resolved after about an hour and a half, with no one injured. Police say a man was safely taken into custody and charged with assault, breaching a restraint order and possessing a stolen firearm. Police say when the man appears here tonight, they will oppose bail. And a reminder for our viewers, call 1-800-RESPECT for domestic and family violence counselling 24/7, or in an emergency, always call 000.
A woman seriously injured in a Kingston fire yesterday has died. The 58-year-old was rescued from her burning home and flown to Melbourne for emergency treatment. A spokesperson for the Alfred Hospital confirmed she's since passed away. The cause of the fire was deemed accidental and is believed to have been sparked by a fault with a heat pump unit. Tasmania's elective surgery waiting lists remain the lowest in the state's history, but health analysts say we're still lagging behind the national average. The state government says it's on track to improving the numbers amid calls for a major bed boost.
Dear Alan.
For Carol Cunningham, waiting 2 years for cataract eye surgery took its toll.
The left eye was the worst eye, and it was pretty hard to read anything.
But after a long wait for the first operation, her second eye went under the knife within months.
Well, it was probably only 8 weeks to 10 weeks later. I didn't have enough time to get nervous.
When we came to office, we had hundreds of people who were overdue for their eye surgery, and I took a look at the figures yesterday, and we've actually got that down to 9 people who are currently overdue.
Despite Tasmania enjoying the lowest elective surgery waiting times in state history, health analysts say it's far from good news.
We're still bloody awful compared with the rest of the country. We've got a little bit better here because he's treating a lot of cheap to treat patients, people with needing colonoscopies and cataract operations.
Mr Goddard says there's an ongoing backlog for specialists amid a need for a significant bed boost.
Waiting to see a specialist so that you can get on the waiting list can take you 2, 3, 4 years before anything starts.
Most importantly, what we're seeing is increasing numbers of people not being able to be seen in emergency, not being able to make it into the hospital when they've been identified as needing a bed.
Progress is underway for more beds across the state. Jacqueline Robson, Southern Cross News.
Authorities have turned on a spectacle to encourage shoppers to Hobart's CBD. The council set up swathes of family entertainment for its Super Sidewalk Saturday event.
We're all about activating the city and giving all of our new traders, which we've got a lot of, exposure to the public. So rather than people going to the regional shopping centres for just one day, we want them to come in and enjoy the city and explore.
After years of disruption with the Maya fire, rivulet collapse and rebuilding works, the Lord Mayor says local traders need support. Tasmanians are being encouraged to reconsider how they view different animals, with a call to end what's been dubbed speciesism. Animals Tasmania set out to educate the Salamanca crowds today, encouraging people to see all living creatures as equal, regardless of the species.
We treat dogs as our pets, our companions, and we treat pigs as something to eat. And so that's what we're trying to say to people, is that they're all individuals, they all have lives.
Today marks an international day for ending speciesism. Well, it might not have the size and scale of V8 supercars, but Tasmanian rev heads are pushing their limits in a different kind of motorsport. The state's Remote Control Car Championship sees dozens of speed machines jostling for first place.
A buzz of battery-powered motors. Auto addicts getting their fix in a fun and affordable way.
Just like a real race car, you've got to do a lot of adjustment to get the right setup, otherwise The same car can be really fast or really terrible to drive.
In remote control car circles, this is the big one. The state championship being held in Carrick this weekend, attracting local and interstate drivers.
There's absolutely an element of boys with their toys.
Callum Mitchell is one contestant craving a podium placing. He got into the game 3 years ago after picking up a remote control car second-hand.
Even though they just might seem like little toy cars, you've got a lot of adjustments on them.
Controls on these cars are temperamental. The best drivers spend hours practicing and constantly upgrade their machines.
Every time something new comes up, you've just got to try it for yourself, whether it works for you personally compared to somebody else.
Tom Johnson, Southern Cross News.
To the TSL first, and Burnie has claimed this year's wooden spoon, despite getting the last hurrah over Devonport last night. And Hobart City Demons ended their season with a win, 19 points the difference against the Tigers. In today's games, Glenorchy upset Clarence by 15 points, while the Northern Bombers got the job done against Launceston.
The Blues got off to the perfect start, Corey Shepherd finding space in the 50 before coolly converting. It set the tone for a side on the final five's fringe. Sonny Whiting burst out the blocks to add another before this push gifted Tom Bennett an elementary goal, keeping the Bombers well in touch. Only 2 points separated the sides at the third quarter break. Then, lift-off. The Bombers kicked 5-5 in the final term and kept the Blues scoreless. The final margin, 37 points. At KG5, Aaron Cornelius had a game plan all laid out, his Magpies reaching a 15-point lead by the main break. A big goal to Tyler Bowden kept the side's stranglehold on the contest. One player channeled Conor McGregor with this swing, but Glenorchy delivered the knockout blow, walking away 15-point winners.
Arrows have won their fourth flag in a row in the Tasmanian Netball League. The side went in as favourites against the Northern Hawks and kept control throughout the contest. The final score, Arrows 67, Hawks 56. Tasmanian boat Alive lost control of its sails during the final race at Hamilton Island Hamilton Island Race Week. The team struggled to catch up, finishing fourth in today's race and second overall in the IRC division. Crown Prince Frederick's boat Nanook claimed the series title. And before we go tonight, we're going to cross live to sports reporter Tom Cooper in Bendigo as the Launceston Tornadoes prepare to take on the Bendigo Braves in the Siebel South Conference Final. Tell us, Tom, what's the vibe like there tonight?
Yeah, Tom, well, it certainly feels like a Siebel Conference Final. In about an hour's time, this stadium will be packed and the atmosphere should be electric as the Tawns vie for a spot at Siebel Championship glory against the winner of tonight's match between Geelong and Kilsyth. But as you know, it certainly hasn't been an easy road for the Tawns heading into tonight. They had to get up against the Chargers in week one, followed by Dandenong last weekend, where they came back from 17 points down in an incredible come-from-behind win. We caught up with Coach Richard Dickel a bit earlier today to talk about the journey to tonight and also about tonight's opponents in Bendigo. Let's have a listen now.
Yeah, you know, we've really come together as a group. We've got some time together as a group, and we play pretty hard out there on the court. So, you know, I'm sure that we'll be there or thereabouts if we do that again tonight.
Tell us about Bendigo, mate.
Yeah, class act, class organisation. Been there or thereabouts for the last 3 or 4 years. Well coached. Got some great players: Kelly Wilson, Chantel Black. Just very tough to play against. But I think we've got more than enough to get the job done if we do the right things.
Let's hope so. And the Tawns will go into tonight's match at full strength with all their big names ready to go, such as Lauren Mansfield, Lauren Nicholson and Taylor Roberts. We'll, of course, bring you all the highlights from tonight's match in tomorrow night's sport. Just a little bit of history to leave you with too, Tom. If the Tawns do claim the conference title tonight, it will be the first time they've done so in more than 20 years. So fingers crossed. Back to you.
Good evening. Hobart 17 today, Launceston, Burnie and Devonport 14. The expected cold front did some damage this afternoon, but mostly a pretty fine day. Bicheno, Orford and St Helens reached 16. Lowhead, Wynyard, Dover and the Islands 14. And Lyowini and Launceston took out the state's low with an equal -1. Extensive cloud over Tasmania today, pushing into Victoria there with more low-level cloud over South Australia and the northern coast of New South Wales. Up close, that low cloud has been coming in with mountain-like waves, more mid and high level clouds streaming over the top of it. Tomorrow, a front lies over Victoria and the Tasman with a high pressure system in the Bight extending over South Australia and Western Australia. A trough can be seen on the west coast of WA and another through central Queensland. On the water, southwesterly winds to 30 knots, gradually easing to 20 knots in the afternoon. Swells in the west and south to 5 metres. A few warnings for tomorrow. A strong wind warning is current for waters from Sandy Cape to Low Rocky Point and all southeast inshore waters. A small craft wind alert is also current for Central Plateau Lakes. A bushwalkers weather alert for Western and Central Plateau districts, and a warning to sheep graziers, and a flood watch is current for the Huon River. Tomorrow, easing showers for the south, 10 in Richmond and 9 for Hobart and Ouse. Launceston frosty with 10. Morning showers in Devonport 11 and possible showers in Deloraine 9. Some showers for Burnie and Curry, was Strawn as well, all 10 degrees. St Helens and Whitemark also expecting showers and 11. Swansea a shower or 2 with 10 degrees. And the 3-day forecast, Monday showers in the west and far south. Tuesday showers in the west and far south with snow to 800 metres, and Wednesday showers in the east and southeast with snow to 600 metres. And around the country tomorrow, Perth cloudy 23, Adelaide showers 13, Melbourne 12 and Brisbane a sunny 24. And in Hobart, currently rain with 12 degrees, Launceston 9 and cloudy, Devonport 12 and cloudy. There's some good skiing out there tomorrow, Rach.
Don't think I'll be up there though. Thank you for that, Candice. Well, that's all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Good night.